temperatures of 52.3 degrees Celsius. It's already a steaming hot summer here in the national capital. Bear in mind, temperatures touched nearly 50 degrees Celsius yesterday and was considered the hottest ever recorded during the season. But now new records are being set as we speak. Mungeshpur in the national capital recording temperatures of 52.3 degrees Celsius. It has to be a record of some kind. These summers are getting hotter and hotter by the day, and bear in mind, we are smack in the middle of a heat wave in the north of India, not just across the Delhi and National Capital region, but across North Indian states, including Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar as well. We've also seen school children fainting in Bihar because of the heat wave. We have my colleague Nivriti Mohan now joining us live with the latest. And Nivriti, talk to us. 52.3 degrees Celsius. Already records were set with 49.9 degrees Celsius yesterday. This has to be a new record. Nivriti, if you can hear us.
Because the temperature has not been that high in the history of Delhi, crossing 50 degrees. But this time along, as reports are coming in from Mungeshpur, the 50-degree mark has been crossed. Although yesterday also it was said that temperature has crossed 49 degrees in Mungeshpur and one more region. But as far as the IMD, the Met Department, the scientists, the meteorologists are concerned, they always say that the authentic data that they procure from is from Palam, where they have their observatory, and in Safdarjung, where also they have their observatory. From these two locations in Delhi, when you get the data, which yesterday, when temperature rose in Mungeshpur and one more region for up to 49 degrees, and today it's recording 50 degrees. In Palam and Safdarjung, it was recorded at around 45 to 46 degrees. So, of course, because the temperatures are being recorded at 49 and 50 degree also. So we cannot say that this temperature is not there. It is there, but the authentic figure is what we get from Safdarjung and Palam. But temperatures are rising and heat wave conditions are there, and Met Department has already suggested that this kind of condition is going to remain like this for coming few days, and everything is adding to the rise in temperature. The climate change is also enhancing this above normal temperature conditions in Delhi NCR. And as you know that Delhi is the state, the area where we have weather conditions which are extreme weather conditions. Whether it is cold, we get extreme cold conditions. Whether it is summers, we get extreme summer conditions. So summers are extreme in Delhi, but this time around, of course, the recording of 50 degrees of temperature is very rare.
Very rare. Nivriti Mohan there joining us with an update. Bear in mind, with these temperatures, Delhi's peak power demand has touched 8,302 megawatts, which is the highest ever in the history of Delhi. Just surpassed the record created just days earlier. For the past 12 days in a row, Delhi's peak power demand has crossed the 7,000 megawatt mark. The heat wave, rising demand for power as well, Nivriti.
Because the usage of power is of course enhanced, because ACs, air conditioners are being used. You also, when you go back home, it is not possible for you to be there without using your air conditioner or coolers and all the electricity equipments like this. Apart from electricity usage, there are other things also that have enhanced, like
8,302 megawatts, highest ever demand for power as more and more people switch on their ACs and keep them on for longer hours as temperatures in the national capital go beyond the 50 degrees Celsius mark. It has touched the 52.3 degrees Celsius in Mungeshpur. This after days of temperatures touching 50 degrees Celsius. Now they've crossed that 50 degree threshold. We have to brace ourselves for hotter days in the near future. The heat wave is not going away anytime soon, especially in the national capital. Bear in mind, the whole of North India is in the grip of a heat wave as we speak. But as far as the national capital is concerned, it is setting new records when it comes to temperatures and the consumption of power as well. Delhi's peak power demand crossed the 7,000 megawatt mark over the course of the last 12 days. And now, with temperatures hitting new record highs, the power demand has even crossed the 8,000 megawatt mark as well. 8,300, over 8,300 megawatts of power being consumed with air conditioners and coolers too, being switched on and kept on for longer periods of time. Let's take a breather at this stage. We'll be back with more.
That ink is a semi-permanent dye called the indelible ink.
We are the sole manufacturer of this indelible ink.
Don't try to repair something which is working.
And if you have facial recognition, you can go vote in any booth anywhere based on where you are, and then it will be recorded that you can't vote anywhere else again.
Can we retire indelible ink and use biometrics? Theoretically, my answer would be yes.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
As a Telangana person, I will not accept.
How do ordinary folks deal with this?
Forever there are simultaneous election of parliament, assembly and municipality and panchayat. So that framework has to be given in the constitution. That amendment has been suggested.
Are you going to take away the power of dissolution?
I mean, it doesn't require any rocket science to do this. It's a simple constitutional amendment, and the idea is everything goes together.
The Law Commission has set the ball rolling for one nation, one election. Basically, if all goes well, then India may see simultaneous elections to Lok Sabha, state assemblies, municipalities and panchayats in 2029.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Healthy mind can reside only in a healthy body.
That is the only cure for the restless mind.
Happiness is a choice.
The fastest way to be happy is to make somebody else happy.
World premiere on the 1st of June, only on News 9 Live.
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
Delhi has witnessed the breach of the 50 degrees Celsius mark in its temperatures. Mungeshpur in Delhi has recorded a temperature of 52.3 degrees Celsius. This comes after the temperature hovering around the 50 degrees Celsius mark for the past few days, and today the temperatures have gone beyond that mark for the past 2 days. Mungeshpur, which is located near Najafgarh, had recorded temperatures of 49.8 and 49.9 degrees Celsius. With this, Delhi's peak power demand has reached at 8,302 megawatts, the highest ever in the history of Delhi, surpassing the record created just days earlier. For the past 12 days in a row, Delhi's peak power demand has been crossing the 7,000 megawatt mark. We have Nivriti Mohan joining us with the latest. With the peak temperatures hitting 52.3, peak power demand has crossed the 8,300 megawatt mark, the highest ever recorded in the history of Delhi. Mungeshpur in Delhi setting new records when it comes to the peak summer temperatures, even as the whole of North India continues to be in the middle of a heat wave that seems like it's not going to end anytime soon. It's the highest ever temperature recorded in the national capital, 52.3 degrees Celsius. This after temperatures have been consistently hitting the 50-degree mark over the course of the last few days. As Delhi continues to be in the grip of a severe heat wave, water shortage is fast emerging as a major crisis in several parts of the national capital. The Delhi government has taken note of the situation and has imposed a 2,000 rupee fine on anyone found wasting water. Minister Atishi has written to the Delhi Jal Board CEO directing the organization to immediately deploy 200 teams across the national capital to monitor and try and reduce the wastage of water. These teams have been directed to visit residential areas and check if drinking water is being wasted. A fine will be imposed on activities resulting in the wastage of water. This includes washing a vehicle using a hose, overflowing of water tanks, use of domestic water supply for commercial purposes, and the use of drinking water for construction purposes. Atishi, the minister from Delhi, has also informed that areas which were till now receiving water twice a day will henceforth be getting water supply only once a day. The minister has appealed to the residents of Delhi to cooperate at this difficult time and use water rationally. Shifting focus away from the national capital. During an election rally in Odisha, Prime Minister Modi questioned if there's any conspiracy behind the deterioration of Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik's health. The question cropped up a day after a video of Odisha Chief Minister's aide V.K. Pandian grabbing his trembling hand during an election rally went viral. Modi went on to say that the BJP would inquire into the reason behind the BJD chief's deteriorating health. Addressing an election rally, PM Modi said that if the BJP forms the government in Odisha, a panel will inquire the reason behind the deterioration of Naveen Patnaik's health. Listen to what